hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. I believe in that. So you go for a area where you see, okay, these challenges will be there, but again, returns will be accordingly. Initially, the grid was meant, or it was constructed for unidirectional flow of electricity. So that system needs to be redesigned, which again poses a huge opportunity for us. The technology products, the way we are investing into technology, apart from these products, we are developing many other products also, and these are high barrier and high margin products. So that is going to be
more tech driven.
More tech driven. We will be among the few companies who will be having experience of infrastructure as well as the software and communication also. And government is also very serious about this business. In the history of Sugs Lloyd, the liquidated damages till date which has been deducted is 0.016%, whereas normal industry norm is 5%.
Okay.
So this is a testament of timely deliveries and excellence we are giving. Growth will continue. We are growing at a speed of 70% year on year in both top line and bottom line.
Behind every connected home, industry, and city lies a network of critical infrastructure. What does it take to build and strengthen these systems for a rapidly evolving nation? Welcome to Know Your Promoter, a series where leaders of India's listed companies share their entrepreneurial journey, business philosophy, and future vision with investors. Because today's investors look beyond performance. They seek leadership, governance, execution, and sustainable growth. And that's where Money TV helps investors look beyond the markets to find true value here. Today, we're joined by Mr. Santosh Shah, Chairman and Managing Director of Sugs Lloyd Limited, a company engaged in power transmission and distribution, EPC projects, engineering products, smart grid solutions, and renewable energy initiatives. In this episode, we explore his entrepreneurial journey, the evolution of Sugs Lloyd Limited, and his perspective on the future of India's energy and infrastructure sector. Mr. Shah, welcome to Money TV.
Thank you for giving this opportunity, Karunya.
First things first, help us understand what your company does. What are the verticals that Sugs is present in?
Sugs Lloyd is a 17 years old company, and primarily we operate into energy segment, infrastructure part of the energy segment. Today, we are having a top line of around 300 crores. We are growing at a rate of 70% year on year basis for past few years. We are operating in around 10 states. We started as a research-based organization where we identified few problems of the electrical grid and discoms, and we tried to resolve those. So we developed some products. These products, I'll come to it later on. So first segment where we are operating, these are products. These are smart grid products. We call it FPI, auto reclosures, sectionalizers, and then we are developing some few other products also. So that's the first vertical. Second vertical, when we were making these products, then slowly we expanded ourselves to construction of the entire grid. So for all the energy discoms, electricity discoms, we are constructing these grids. So that is our second vertical. Again, organic expansion, we entered into solar. So from product to electrical projects, T&D projects. Then third vertical we set up was solar. Here we are working with various states and we are working only with governments. And the fourth vertical which we recently started, that was civil. There also we are working only with discoms, and one 124 bedroom hostel building we just completed, and then we'll take it further. So these are the four verticals we are operating into. Majority of our revenue comes from project business, that is vertical 2 and vertical 3. Only 10% is being contributed from vertical 1 and vertical 4. So I can say we started as a product company with research at backdrop and slowly expanded into projects company with on-time deliveries and quality execution on the priorities.
Sugs Lloyd's operates in power, transmission, and distribution. Can you help us understand the nature of this business and the solutions that you provide specifically?
See, transmission and distribution infra means the infra which is required for the electricity to flow from generating station where electricity is generated till the household consumer. So this is the entire T&D infra. Now in this T&D infra, Sugs Lloyd is operating into two major verticals. First is we are providing those smart products. We are manufacturer of those products and we are supplying those components to the grid. And second is we are constructing these grids also.
Okay.
So first we are supplying the products and then we are constructing the entire grids. In construction also there are two verticals. One is transmission. There we have transmission means anything at a very high voltage, that is 220 kV. So that we have started bidding. We have bid for a few projects. And then there is a distribution vertical. There we have got presence. We are working with all the state discoms, every electricity board. In this vertical, we are executing 33 by 11 kV substations and below lines. Not only new projects, we are, you can say, remodifying or I can say revamping the existing grid infrastructure which is there in the state. So this is the business what we are doing in transmission and distribution. Recently, we have added another offering into the services, that is SCADA projects. So now we are constructing smart grids also, which is new thing, and we have recently bagged a 640 crores project in Patna. There we have to create the infrastructure also and make it smart also. So these are the things we are doing. Transmission and distribution business is a high growth business today. There are few reasons to it. One reason being today we call ourselves, we are 100% electrified. But when it comes to rural household, the quality of power is not reaching there. So entire grid needs to be extended. So there is a huge volume coming from that. Plus, as I said, initially the grid was meant or it was constructed for unidirectional flow of electricity. But now given this solar, every rooftop is generating electricity, which is getting injected into the system. So that system needs to be redesigned, which again poses a huge opportunity for us. Plus government is very serious about this. Government is pumping a lot of money into this. So it poses a huge opportunity. There are many schemes by Government of India, like RDSS scheme. 90% of our business comes from that scheme. So it's a win-win situation.
But in terms of split, are you making more revenue right now from the traditional transmission and distribution business, or the solar, the more new age renewable space?
The contribution from conventional transmission and distribution and this renewable business is almost same.
Okay.
Both of them are contributing 45 to 50% in the revenue, and balance two verticals which I said, products and civil, they are contributing within 10%.
Okay. And in terms of markets that you're operating in, is it more the northern part of the country?
Yes, primarily we are in northern part of the country. Now we have made an entry into west and east also.
Okay.
South is something where we have got plans to enter a bit late.
Okay. Now, early on you had mentioned the term EPC. Now, most people don't understand what it means, how it works. So if you could tell us the kind of EPC business Sugs is involved in and how you're operating within that?
See, EPC stands for Engineering, Procurement and Construction. Engineering means design. In layman language, if I would have to explain, let us say Government of Delhi wants to create a grid in a new area. So what they'll do, if they have to do the project, they have to execute the projects themselves. They'll design the entire system. They'll identify which all equipments needs to be installed. Then they'll define what should be the specification, what should be the size of cable, what should be the size of or rating of transformers and all those things. And once they have designed, they will procure these equipments. After procurement, they'll construct the grid, they will install these equipments. So these all three activities they need to do themselves. If they hire a company like us and they outsource this entire activity. It is called that they have given this project to this company on EPC basis. The other name is turnkey contract. In EPC, we are we are mostly working in T&D. We are working in solar. In T&D, we have entered into smart grid also. So these all segments we are working into. Now there is a slowly the business is shifting towards RESCO model, where we act as we need to act as developer. And very off late we have started that business also. We have signed some contract, so we are into all those segments. And EPC, the major factors which decide how you are performing is your quality of execution and your timely deliveries, whether you are able to complete the project on time or not. Sugs Lloyd has got expertise in that, and it can be demonstrated by the fact that whichever customer, whichever state we are working with, we have been getting repeat orders. So unless and until our quality is good, we will not get repeat orders. And second, on time delivery. In the history of Sugs Lloyd, the total liquidated damages means penalty for delay in completion. The liquidated damages till date which has been deducted is 0.016%. Whereas normal industry norm it's 5%.
Okay.
So this is a testament of the kind of timely deliveries and excellence we are giving, and it resonates in our tagline also: delivering excellence on time every time.
Interesting. Now, I want to also talk about your products. Now, Sugs Lloyd's is making auto reclosers, there's sectionalizers, fault passage indicators. Can you explain what are these products and their role in power distribution networks, and how big is it for you?
See, to explain this, I would like to take you 20 years back. At that point in time, you must have seen power outages. Which was in metros.
Very common.
It was common and used to stay for 3 hours, 4 hours, and in remote the situation was even worse. Now, what was the reason for those power outages? That somewhere some breakdown has occurred into the electrical line, and till that line is restored, the power outage we were not getting the electricity. And this, in the entire restoration work, 90% of the time goes in pinpointing the location of fault, and 10% goes into restoration. So there our products come into picture.
So identifying what went wrong where.
Yes. So fault passage indicators purpose is, or its job is to pinpoint the location where fault has occurred. So it saves that 90% of the time. That was a pain area at that point in time. Our product has solved it. Up to 90% we have resolved it. That is the purpose of fault passage indicator. And there are different segments in fault passage indicator. Few are non-communicable, few are communicable. Then we are developing more technologies into that. So this was FPI. Second is auto reclosure and sectionalizer. Now again I'll bring you back today's scenario. Today you don't notice any power cut, do you?
Not in urban areas.
Not in urban areas. Does that means power breakdown is not occurring?
You know that.
It occurs. But what happens, these smart equipments like auto reclosure and sectionalizer, what they do, they don't just identify the location of fault, they are switches also. What they'll do, they'll isolate that faulty line and they'll reroute the electricity to the consumer.
Before the problem occurs?
No, after the problem occurs.
Okay.
And this entire process of isolation and rerouting happens in milliseconds. That's why you are not able to notice it, you are not able to get a feel. So these are the use of these products. These are smart products. Though the segment in which we are operating, the penetration into the Indian grid is just 10%. 90% of the volume is yet to come. We are in the process of convincing government for mass deployment of these products, and we have seen results also. Like whatever business we did for FPIs in last entire financial year, this year we have received, in Q1 only we have received that much of volume. So we see it coming up, and huge potential is there. It is going to change the entire scenario of the grid.
So, what, according to you, is the biggest growth lever right now for Sugs for future growth from current levels?
The technology products, the way we are investing into technology, we are, apart from these products, we are developing many other products also, like compact FPIs, like vacuum circuit breakers, like dry compressed ring main units. So that will, and these are high barrier and high margin products. So that is going to be
and more tech driven.
More tech driven. Then there is another area which we have recently entered. The conventional grid we have been constructing, but now we are focusing more on constructing smart grid. So that will also be a big, boost for the bottom line.
Okay.
And top line, because there is a huge demand, a lot of energy infrastructure needs to be created. So that is always there.
Wonderful. Your company is also active in distribution automation. So can you tell us what role are you playing in these segments and how do you see that growing?
See, distribution automation is nothing but a smart grid. So I will explain you smart grid also. It's the conventional grids with smart equipments which are communicating with each other. They are communicating with a control center, and say in control center a person, an operator sitting, can take decision which feeder or which line needs maintenance, where the theft of electricity is happening, how much theft is happening, which transformer is getting heated, needs a breakdown maintenance or something. If there is a fault, which is the most optimum way to reroute the fault. So all these decisions can be taken. So we can say,
and this is happening with minimal human intervention.
Yes, minimal human interference, and intelligence is there in the system itself. So that is smart grid. Now in this space, Sugs Lloyd is giving total turnkey solutions, starting from design of the system, then identification and finalizing which all equipments needs to be installed, then constructing the grids, procuring those equipments, constructing the grids, constructing the control center, then installing those SCADA software and associated software, and then making that communication network where these equipments communicate with each other in the control center. So all these work are being done by Sugs Lloyd Limited. The biggest project which we signed in Patna, we are doing similar kind of project. There has been earlier such projects, but single end responsibility was not there. There were few companies who were doing the infrastructure work, few companies were doing the software and communication part.
So there was no turnkey provider.
That was not done. But we will be among the few companies who will be having experience of infrastructure as well as the software and communication also. And it is a high entry barrier. There are not enough companies who have got such experience. And government is also very serious about this business, because this is going to reduce the AT&C losses. The government is very serious about how to reduce the AT&C losses in industry, and it contributes very much in reducing the AT&C losses.
Okay. But overall, if we talk about technology, product development, innovation, how do you think Sugs Lloyd's is positioned right now? How is it poised to grow in all these segments?
Technology, product development and innovation. I'll say we take all these things very seriously. In fact, what I'll say, these three are the basic ingredients of our story so far, and it will continue to remain. First is technology. I myself, I firmly believe that technology should be made a team member, where it should contribute not only in the product developments but also into our improving our operations and all. I personally supervise that we should infuse technology into our existing system, and considering that we have developed our internal tools like project management softwares we have made some workforce management tools, we have made some flagging tools. So many such tools has been developed internally by our digital transformation team. So we take technology very seriously. These tools are unique in industry, and we are developing, and once fully tested on our internal system, we are planning to monetize these tools also. So technology is playing an important role. Second is product development. That is a continuous process. We started with a non-communicable FPI, then we came to communicable, and we kept on developing those products, and we are coming up with new products also. Now, third, you said innovation. I'll say innovation is the reason why we came into business. There was a problem with our grid. We saw that problem needs to be solved. We innovated that product and we solved it. And in that product, I take pride in saying that Sugs Lloyd product is competing with some of the biggest global brands in the business. Not only competing, we are having maximum market share for those products in India.
Okay.
So that's what we have done. So now what I say, these three things, they are not only used to give a good product or a good solution to customer, but we are also improvising ourselves, and that sets us apart from industry.
Now, you're operating in a very exciting and very dynamic sector, energy and infrastructure. How is the company prepared to keep up with the evolution that's taking place?
Yes, first and very common. For any change, we need to be agile. And our company is agile. Now, going forward, the evolutions which we can foresee in the industry is there will be not any space for any kind of delay or any subdued performance. So Sugs Lloyd is very well prepared for it. Already it has started delivering thanks to the tools, the procedures, the system which we have made internally, and we are on track. Second evolution which is coming is that from EPC business, it is getting shifted to developer mode, where we have to invest, we have to make the plant and then run it and hand it over. In solar, we have already started executing projects. Recently, we signed a contract with the government of Bihar, where we have to install rooftop plants on 16,000 BPL households.
Okay.
And we have to install it, then operate it for 10 years and then hand it over after 10 years to DISCOM. So this is on a towards the RESCO side. And if any opportunity comes in transmission and distribution sector also, we are ready to take that also. We coming from a EPC background will always have edge over pure developer, who are into that business. So that's the thing.
You've painted a very sanguine, very optimistic picture, but are there any risks also that you could foresee or you want your investors also to keep an eye out for? And more importantly, how is Sugs prepared to address that?
The biggest risk which is there in our business is we are dealing with government. That is the biggest risk.
Also an opportunity.
It's an opportunity, but again, it comes as a risk also.
Yeah.
And we are not dealing with one agency. We are dealing with multiple agencies. We need their approvals, we need right-of-way permissions, we need forest clearance, we need railway permissions. So many things are there. So that is first risk. Second risk is, again, delay in payments. Working with government, payment is guaranteed, payment is secured, but it gets delayed. And third is, in our kind of business, because these are stretched over a period of 24 months or 18 months, the commodity price volatility, that is also a risk. So these three risks, I can see it is there in the business. To mitigate these risks, we have a multi-pronged approach. First is we try to be as proactive as possible in getting those payments realized. Second, we understand what time it takes to get those permission or get those approvals. So that much time we already built into the completion time and the execution schedule which we make for the projects. And third, most important, we do selective bidding. By selective bidding, there is a clear mandate with our bidding team, with our tendering team. They have to go for only those tenders where either Government of India is involved or it is funded by Government of India, where the direct beneficiary is public at large, and there should be price variation clause. So these four factors we keep in mind while making a go, no-go decision for any bid, and it reduces our risk. So this is one risk which is external. Internal also, since we are growing at a speed of 70% year and year, so with this growth, operating cash flow will remain negative, and we need more working capital. In fact, we say working capital is raw material for EPC companies.
Yeah.
So we are well aware of it. We keep on identifying new instruments which is there in the market which can reduce the capital pressure on working capital. So all these activities we are doing to mitigate the risk and challenges which are there in the business.
Interesting. As an infra player, now safety, training, skill development, these are vital in your sector. So how would you describe SUGS when it comes to, all these three aspects, and what principles essentially guide your organization?
See, first thing you said, safety. We have got a zero tolerance policy. The entire HSE policy framework is there in place in the organization, and everyone has to, every process, everything has to abide by it. Along with this, because it's all human, in EPC business we do not have machines, it's all run by humans. So we try to imbibe a sense of responsibility among the bottommost team members, that they are custodians or they are guardians of the contractors or the human force which is involved into the business, and they take it very seriously, and we have seen that results are there. They never allow anything happen which is against or which is not in line with the HSE policies. So we take it very seriously. And the second thing which you said, skill development, training and skill, it is the biggest problem in this industry. The speed at which infrastructure is growing is far more than the speed at which skill is growing.
Yeah.
So there is always a skill gap in the industry. We understand it, and to address it, we have got various programs running in the organization. First is we have got a good L&D team which is working. Every individual is going through some or other training any point of time, you see.
Okay.
Then we have got a leadership pipeline in place. We identify people who have got potential to take bigger roles. We mentor them, we nurture them, and if required, we send them training to some other external institutes also. And third most important thing what we are doing, we are developing tools which makes us less dependent on human. Like we have developed some workflow tools. For example, any person who comes to the office in morning or at site, in morning he has got a list of activities, or to-do list is ready in front of him, automated to-do list. The pendencies on his part is also present. Where all he has delayed and how much is the delay, that is also there. What all are going to be the catch-up plans, that also. And the delays made by related other departments which may affect his performance. So all these things are readily available, and it is going in his mailbox, on WhatsApp, on messages, and automatic. These are auto flow. No manager needs to intervene in it. It goes. So every individual morning they know what to do, how to do, when to do. So these things we have made. It boosts the productivity, and most important in our kind of business, iteration is quite high, because so whenever a new individual comes, it becomes easier for him to understand the process and catch up and start delivering. So these tools we have made, it not only takes care of these challenges of training and skill gap, it also gives us a competitive advantage over others. It reduces our salary cost. It helps in maintaining a better margin. At the same time, this is something unique. This sets us apart from the existing, EPC companies who are operating in the business.
So, on a personal front, as a leader, what are the values or some habits that have shaped up your leadership style?
I believe in trusting people, unless and until there is a compelling reason otherwise. And that I have seen it also, that if we trust somebody, we give them authority and responsibility, most of them perform. Even in the current leadership or KMPs, the people, they were doing something very small, but once I have trusted, I have given them bigger responsibilities, most of them have performed. So that plays a big role. Second, I try to visualize and analyze the things, and that helps me to push my team to devise certain tools, certain technologies, processes which help them navigate those problems in a better way. You can say that every problem which company faces, we come up with a solution which can avoid it in future. So that is there. Then I like to learn. I'm open to many new ideas. I always keep on exploring something new technology, and I try to bring this in organization also. And many times it loops back. I have brought it, but some of my team member have improvised it and send it back to me. So this way we keep on improving our day. So these are few things which help us become little better, I'll say every month or every quarter, and even more better every year. I would like to thanks all my investors for the trust which they have shown in us. I have been interacting with all of them in every earning call, and I have been saying what all are my priorities, and I would like to reiterate my key priorities again. First priority is growth. I'll say the growth will continue. We are growing at a speed of 70% year on year in both top line and bottom line. The same momentum will continue. The guidance of 1000 crores by financial year 2028 is online and very much achievable, and even stronger pipeline, and the operational efficiency team and our presence. Second priority is improvement in receivable days. We are working rigorously. The team is striving to reduce the total realizable working cycle. Special task force has been put in place, or methodologies has been put in place, and the results are being can be seen. Another thing we are doing to reduce pressure on working capital, we are exploring various instruments which is in the market, like TREDs, like purchase invoice discounting. We are trying to convince customer to use surety bond and insurance bond instead of bank guarantees, and then we are negotiating better credit terms with suppliers also. So these activities we are doing to reduce working capital pressure. And third and most important thing, which in working capital, again I would like to say, we are sufficiently funded for the guidance 1000 crores which we have given. And the third priority, we want to increase the contribution from our technology products into the total revenue. Today, it is contributing less than 10% in the total revenue. But going forward, we are convincing government, we are convincing the drivers to deploy these products on mass level so that its contribution can go up. At the same time, we are expediting our new product developments. We are trying to expand our basket. We will be having more products. And in the process of expediting, we are in the process of doing some technology transfer with some existing companies. The same thing we are doing in SCADA projects also. We are in discussion with some international technology companies for a long-time association in SCADA system. These are the three priorities areas of company today. And we also remain committed to corporate governance, transparency. That is the reason why we opted for quarterly declaration of results, whereas we were eligible to opt for half-yearly declaration. After every quarter results, we will continue to hold earning calls, and we would like to keep you apprised of all the developments which is happening in the company. I would like to say Indian energy infrastructure is going through a structural shift, and this entire opportunity is going to stay for decades. Sugs Lloyd, with its 17 years of experience, with its proprietary products, with its operational efficiencies, with its growing presence, is going to be a long-term compounding story. And we invite all our investors to be a part of it.
So, we'd like to get to know the personal side of you a bit more. So we have some rapid fire questions as well for you. First up, I'd like to know what personality has inspired you the most so far in your personal or professional journey?
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The way silent working, no need of exaggerating the things. You be a silent work, and later on your results are going to speak for you.
And do you have an all-time favorite quote or a line that you keep thinking or saying?
Yes, it's there. It's like hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. I believe in that. So you go for a area where you see, okay, these challenges will be there, but again, returns will be accordingly.
What's your favorite book?
I read all kind of books, fiction, non-fiction. But what I can remember is there was a book. It happened in India. It was on Future Group's Big Bazaar for Mr. Kishore Biyani. So that I read and I liked it. It's still, I remember it very well.
Any favorite film that you can watch over and over again?
Avenger series.
Oh,
I was
any
made
specific
to watch.
one?
I was made to watch, and I think I enjoyed it more than my son.
Okay, nice. Favorite holiday destination?
Oh, anywhere. Frankly speaking, you just give me
Any holiday is good.
Any holiday is okay.
Wonderful.
But yes, if given a choice, I would always like to, go away from this city queues and all those things.
So, any company or any promoter that you personally admire or look up to?
Yes, the L&T management, Mr. A.M. Nayak and the all, we really admire them, and in fact, we try to emulate them. The kind of organization they have made, which is self-sustaining, biggest pool of engineering talent in the country and capable of executing any kind of projects. So that is a benchmark for us, and we really appreciate. And wherever possible, we try to, imitate them also.
And lastly, if you were not leading Sugs Lloyd, what would you be doing today?
Maybe something in architecture or something in town planning. I had got idea, but somehow I got shifted in this direction.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Shah, once again, for talking to us about your company in such great detail.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Know Your Promoter. From infrastructure development to renewable energy and power sector technologies. Today's discussion highlighted the different segments that form a part of Sugs Lloyd Limited's operations. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Money TV for more such exclusive conversations with India's leading business leaders. Thank you for watching, and until next time, invest smart, stay informed.